Hello everyone, I am Dr. Mrs. Sheikh SN from Zoology Department, Yashwantrao Chavan Institute of Science, Sata. Today we are going to learn about evolution of heart in vertebrates, which comes under paper number 5, Comparative Anatomy of Vertebrates. So let's start with our online lecture. Heart is muscular pumping organ of circulatory system and protected by two-layered pericardium. Between two layers, pericardial cavity filled with pericardial fluid. And this pericardial fluid protects the heart from injury and provides free movement of the heart during contraction. The vertebrate heart is built in accordance with basic architectural plan. It is sac-like muscular organ comprising series of chambers that receives blood from veins and pumps it through the arteries. Now we see single chambered heart. In cephalochordata, it is a primitive chordate such as branchiostoma. A true heart is lacking. Instead, a part of ventral aorta below pharynx becomes muscular and contractile, which is called heart. Then progressive modification of heart, primitive to higher chordates, occurs on the following lines. First, cardiac tube forms chambers due to the constrictions. Second, each chamber tends to divide into two separate chambers due to the partition formation. Third, heart gradually shifts from just behind head near gill into thoracic cavity with elongation of neck and development of lungs. Then two-chambered heart. In cyclostomata, heart shows a linear series of four chambers: sinus venosus, atrium, ventricle, small conus arteriosus, through which blood flows in the sequence. Then second, elasmo branch. The heart is S-shaped. It is formed of two chambers, namely atrium and ventricle. In addition to this, there are two more chambers, namely sinus venosus and conus arteriosus. These chambers are not true chambers, but they are accessory chambers of true heart. Only deoxygenated blood passes through the two-chambered heart. The blood enters through sinus venosus and leaves the heart through conus arteriosus. This blood from heart is carried to gills for purification, and this type of circulation is called single type of circulation. That means all blood passing only once through heart, and heart is called venous heart or branchial heart. So this is the Scolidon heart, dorsal view showing sinus venosus, auricle, ventricle, and conus arteriosus, and lastly ventral aorta. So ventral view showing ventricle, auricle, conus arteriosus, and ventral aorta. The heart of Scolidon, lateral view shows the S-shaped structure. So sinus venosus opens into the auricle by sino-auricular aperture and guarded by valve. It is called sino-auricular valve. Then opens into the auricle opens into the ventricle by auriculoventricular aperture and guarded by valve. It is called auriculoventricular valve. Auricle opens into ventricle, ventricle opens into the conus arteriosus. So in conus arteriosus there is a semilunar valve, and this opens into the lastly ventral aorta. In bony fishes or teleost, similar to elasmo branch, conus is much reduced. It fuses with ventricle and retains single pair of semilunar valve. conus becomes greatly enlarged with thick muscular walls and called bulbus arteriosus. It is elastic and inflates like a balloon when the ventricle contracts. Then three-chambered transitional heart. For example, dipnoi, amphibia, and reptile, except crocodile. The heart consists of three chambers, two auricle and one ventricle. Two auricles are separated by interauricular septum. In dipnoi, the interauricular septum perforated by incomplete foramen ovale. This results in a mixing of oxygenated blood received from lung into left auricle and deoxygenated blood from rest of the body into the right auricle. Interventricular septum divides the ventricle. In dipnoi, amphibian and reptiles, there is a new circulation called pulmonary circulation develops. Then amphibians. In amphibian, heart advanced than the Piscian heart. Sinus venosus open into right atrium dorsally instead of posteriorly. The interauricular septum is complete, and this keeps the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood separate. Ventricle is single, but it is thick muscular wall raised into trabecular, permitting only little mixing of two blood. Two blood means deoxygenated blood and oxygenated blood. Then another order, Urodilys. Conus is much reduced by bulbus arteriosus. In amphibian order Anurans, from left ventricle on its anterolateral margin, conus arteriosus arises, which is divided by a spiral wall, which directs deoxygenated blood into the pulmonary vessel and oxygenated blood into the systemic vessel. The lumen of conus arteriosus is called phalangia and occupied by spiral wall. Spiral wall attached to the walls of conus dorsally and free at other three faces. It divides the lumen of conus arteriosus into two chambers, cavum pulmocutaneum and cavum aortic. So this is the frog heart internal structure. It's showing, it is triangular in shape. Anterior side, two auricles, right auricle, left auricle. In the right auricle, opening of sinus venosus, left auricle, opening of pulmonary vein. In between them, there is a partition. It is called as the interauricular septum. Then auricle opens into the ventricle by a auriculoventricular aperture and guarded by wall. It is called auriculoventricular wall. From this right auricle also opening into the right ventricle by aperture. It is called auriculoventricular aperture guarded by wall, auriculoventricular wall. From the right side, conus arteriosus start, and this conus arteriosus inside there is a lumen which is formed by the spiral wall, and it divides into the pulmocutaneum and cavum aortica. This ventricle, it is muscular. It's showing the fissure and columnic cornu and cordy tendon. Then comparison between this fish, bony fish, dipnoi fish and amphibia. In the elasmo branch, for example, Scoliodon, the sinus venosus, it is formed by common cardinal and two hepatic sinuses. This sinus venosus open into the auricle by sino-auricular aperture. Auricle opens into the ventricle by auriculoventricular aperture. It consisting wall, it is called auriculoventricular wall. Ventricle, it is muscular. It opens into the conus arteriosus, and this conus arteriosus consisting wall, these are called semilunar wall. It opens into the ventral aorta. Then bony fish, similar to this Scalidon. Sinus venosus opens into the auricle, auricle opens into the ventricle, ventricle opens into the arteriosus. It is called bulbous arteriosus. It consisting only single wall and it is muscular, and when ventricle contract, it inflates like a balloon and it joins to the ventral aorta. In dipnoi fish, there are new circulation is also formed. It is called pulmonary circulation, which opens into the left auricle. Sinus venosus is formed by one postcaval and two precaval. Postcaval carry blood from the body and precaval carry blood from the head region. And this formation of sinus venosus open into the right auricle. And pulmonary vein, these carry blood from the lungs open into the left auricle. In between these two auricles, there is a partition. It is called as an incomplete interauricular septum. Then auricle opens into the ventricle by a auriculoventricular aperture and guarded by wall. It is called the auriculoventricular wall. In between also ventricle, there is interventricular septum. So right and left ventricle also divided by incomplete ventricular septum. This ventricle muscular, which is opens into the wall, and this wall is called conus arteriosus, lastly open into the ventral aorta. Then urodele or amphibians, it's showing us formation of sinus venosus. Sinus venosus opens into the right auricle and pulmonary vein opened into the left auricle. In between these two auricles, there is an interauricular septum. Auricle opens into the ventricle and it is guarded by a wall. It is called as a auriculoventricular wall. Ventricle without partition, muscular, and it opens into the bulbous arteriosus. So thank you. We complete next part in the next lecture.